now tuned into the Lady Charmaine Live Show, and I'm your host, Lady Charmaine. And as always, I got another great interview for you today. And I'll tell you who it is coming up right after this. My guest today is an actor, producer, and award-winning recording artist whose group hit the scene under the name New Style. And after mentorship under Queen Latifah, they rebranded themselves as Naughty by Nature. And the rest for him was history. And today he's here to talk about his new film, Equal Standard. Help me welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show, Mr. Anthony Treach. Chris, welcome to the show.
What's up? What's good with you?
No, what's good with you? Because you over there on the East Coast, and y'all got a whole lot going on there like we do here in California. So how are you quarantining down there?
Oh man, yeah, we here. Actually, I'm Jersey, so if I look out my window right now, I see the Hudson River and the New York skyline. So that's how close Jersey is to New York, as y'all know, the tri-state.
Right.
And we were the two hardest hit states in the United States. So it's been a challenge, but it's been a good one. It's been a good one in ways where you get a lot more done with the family. It's like for 30 years now, I haven't been home this long ever.
Wow.
Like without being on the road and touring. So I take advantage of, like, out of any negative, I'm like, what's the best parts about it? I spend more time with my family, more than I ever did. I could get that time and everything else. So much more business when you running and on planes every day and on shows and everything else. You can't really sit down and do your scripts and your ideas and your contents and all of that. So I'm using all of that now just to do stuff that I never had the time to really sit down and concentrate on. So whatever negative, I always look for a positive and just say it was written by higher. And it's just a path that you have to follow and be strong enough to do it.
Absolutely. And you just mentioned 30 years. Did you ever think 30 years later, you will still be performing in front of crowds of thousands and all of us still going, hey, oh, 30 years later? Never. If they told me in 30 years, Tom Hanks' wife will do a remix to your record. Okay, that was dope,
like,
too.
Excuse me? What? I'll be like, if they say it's a show called The Masked Singer that this guy Nick Cannon's come on, it's going to be a frog on there singing this song. I'll be like, what? 30 years? We'd still be relevant?
Absolutely.
Like, it's the gift and the blessing that keeps giving.
And so you are an actor and you got some real good going on. It's happening right now. And you're also one of the producers with Ice-T. It is called Equal Standard. Tell us about the film. And are you in the film as well? And if you are, what's your role?
Definitely. Yeah. I got a little role up in there. You know, as a producer, I had to make sure I threw myself in there somewhere. You know?
All up in the videos. Go ahead.
Yeah. But
that's good.
This movie here, I have a very good friend, Tahim Bryant, out of New York, and we've been doing short, like, independent films and projects for years and years and years. And this was the last one that we did called Equal Standards. And it's just a time that's limited in the story of, it's not just police brutality and community and all that. It's a story of families intertwined within all. The same way, like I said, I grew up where some of my friends and my relatives actually were police officers, and they are police officers now. So a lot of people don't see that relationship as a cop growing up from the same hood and still are friends with the homies that's in the hood because that's their family. You know what I'm saying? And don't see, like, it's not just police brutality against the community. You have police against police brutality and racism within the police force. So it's this type of stuff that you never seen before. You always see the cops against the gangbangers and vice versa. You never see the intertwined relationship that goes in that is actually, there is a love there. And it's actually people that are from the community that work for the police that are respected, that do the job right. And then you have the other bad apples. Mm-hmm. But you can't just blame every cop for every cop's action, just like you can't blame every black person in the community for every black person that's doing negative things in the community. Mm-hmm. It's not fair, it's not right, and it's not an equal standard. So that's where the movie came from, and a great idea from Taheem, and then he just got the cast together, and it's really something that you can sit down. Usually you see like, oh, this movie is going to be shooting, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. I can't let my kids watch it. This is a movie that you really want to sit down with your children and watch, with your parents and watch, to bring up a conversation on everything around the board that you would never have touched on. And now it's so important as us as being from minority communities to train your kids how to go out and be respectful with police and know how to intertwine with them. Know not to go reaching in your pockets quickly. Mm-hmm. Know not to go reaching for your paperwork. Mm-hmm. Know, letting them know that you are not a harm and you're not getting them more agitated in a situation that doesn't have to go to the next level. Mm. You feel me? So yes. This film is not just entertaining for the time, but it's actually a guide on living longer and being in your community as a positive instead of a negative.
Wow, that's really good. That is really good and informative. You know, it's a shame that we have to teach our children that, but thank you so much for your film. And you're busy. You're also in a reality show. You're in Growing Up Hip Hop, and we get a chance to, got a chance to see you, got a chance to see your daughter, and and your daughter's engaged. Did you get a chance to watch last night's episode?
Yeah, it's called Daddy Duties.
Daddy Duties. So last night's episode, okay. And wait a minute, your daughter got a mean punch that we did not get a chance to see. What did you think about your daughter actually punching Brianna? Were you surprised to know that little sweet Egypt Chris would do that?
Yeah, very surprised. Very surprised. But it's a situation. It's not nothing you're looking at like, oh, my daughter had her first fight, and now it's something to cheer and jump over and everything else. That's the last case scenario of anything. The situation with her became to a point where she was feeling bullied and was, just was in a situation she felt she had no other choice with a girl that really was getting to the point of letting her know that she was getting towards the point of getting physical with her. And that's the last thing. Like I was saying, you got the world. It's not just you had a fight after school or something or there. It's a whole different scenario now because you're on television in front of millions and it's all public opinion. Mm-hmm. So nobody knows what goes on before or after the camera's rolling. They just see what's on the cameras. So the last thing I wanted her to do to get into a confrontation for anybody, for her going forward in business and life and anything else to think that's who she is and that's her, because I'm known, I've been in the industry, I've got blackballed before for certain actions and stuff when I was young out there and doing stuff, but I had to learn the hard way about it. Here now in this era, everything is filmed, everything is taped, especially on a reality show. Business that you wouldn't normally have out there, that's your own personal business, is all in the front lines right now. Right. So just being so careful of that and everything else, I'm just, wanting her to go past this and letting her know it was a one-time situation. Hopefully, you won't have to defend yourself. Always defend yourself, but never go on an aggressive stance where you're looking for trouble, because you will find it.
Because that's kind of like what it appeared, to be honest with you. And it kind of looked like Sam was kind of like instigating and had her all pumped and primed. So when she walked in there, you felt that was going to be the end result. It was going to be a fight, just from a viewer standpoint. So, but I want to say thank you so much, Treach, for coming on the show. And I want to remind the audience to make sure that you stream Equal Standard Movie. Go to equalstandardmovie.com. Check it out. I'm going to check it out. I'm so glad you gave the twist on it.
Equalstandardmovie.com. Yes, please watch that. It is a very important movie, and I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye.